Australian Innovation Management Institute, AIMI, as I mentioned, is a not-for-profit membership-based organisation, and we are part of a global group called the Global Innovation Management Institute, IIWA, which is headquartered in Cambridge, Massachusetts in the US, and it's the largest global organisation that professionalises innovation as a discipline, basically. So they provide ISO 56000 series type accredited courses or training programs and certification for innovation management, which for people that don't understand really is moving the sort of from ideation through to commercialization. And not everything has to be commercialized. Sometimes it just needs to be accepted by a market or diffused. And innovation is not an innovation unless it is either commercialized, diffused, or disseminated in the market. Otherwise, it's still an idea or an invention, right? So what we focus on is, a lot of people focus on the end result, which is the innovation. What we focus on is the process. So how do you get from an idea, how do you sort through ideas, to then go through that process to actually the commercialization or the dissemination or diffusion in the market. We also then look at the culture or the mindset of an individual, the culture within an organization. So when you're looking at the innovation process, which is a management process, the mindset or the culture within an organization. So as I mentioned, we provide global best practice when it comes to frameworks and tools, when it comes to innovation management, as part of the global organization I mentioned, IIWA. And this IIWA is the largest organization, as I mentioned earlier, around the world that has partners all over the world. And AIMI, the Australian Innovation Management Institute, is the Australian partner here for the global organisation. And we provide those sorts of courses, training, capability building, workshops and certification when it comes to innovation management. So we talk about the innovation ecosystem being startups, scale-ups and stay-ups. We mainly focus on the stay-up end of town. So that's government, corporates and research institutions. And they're called stay-ups because if they don't innovate, they don't stay up, they fall down. And there's been, in the last 20 years, 50-odd%, that's 53% of Fortune 500 companies that are no longer Fortune 500 companies because they didn't innovate. So it's all about that innovation process, understanding that innovation process. But if you want to take risk out of innovation, you need a proper process, framework and tools to manage those risks. And that's what we do when it comes to innovation management.